Stick to the Plan podcast. Michigan's elite political podcast is about to begin, live from the birthplace of the Republican Party. Let's gather under the oaks like our forefathers did. Now more than ever, it's time to stick to the plan.
Hello. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to another exciting episode of Stick to the Plan podcast. I'm Kevin. As always, I'm here with Russ. How
Hey,
we doing
Kevin.
today?
How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was a weekend.
Busy streaming?
Yeah, that's all I did.
Every time I opened up my newsfeed, it said, Grandma's Boy podcast now streaming.
Yeah, I do. Well, I added 2 shows.
Yeah.
That's
All
not,
right.
yeah. Like I don't have enough on my plate.
But of course, this is your favorite show,
Of course it is.
right? Kevin, Mondays come around awful quick.
Every time.
Don't I say that every week?
Yeah,
And,
it
you
never
know,
get easier.
I've been ahead of the curve on guests until this week.
Well, yeah, still a little bit. I mean, it was last night you told me instead of this morning.
It was yesterday when I booked it, where the other 2 previous guests, I had like a week in advance. Well, last week I didn't have one. We just did it, you and I.
Yeah, and then then John just appeared.
And then John just appeared.
Yeah.
He photo bombed the show.
Yeah.
That was all good.
He bugged me into a link, and I got him.
But today we do have a guest. We have, we're going to get right into it. We're not going to yap a whole lot like we do in the beginning because Amanda has a limited time, but we have a Republican candidate for Michigan Secretary of State, Amanda Love, on the show today. She's going to give us 30, 40 minutes of her campaign for Secretary of State. And most people that watch this show know that we often keep our guest hostage for an hour and a half.
Yeah, or longer.
So we may have to bring you back, Amanda, but welcome to the Stick to the Plan podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yes, I'll gladly come back for the full hour and a half of abuse or whatever this might be. No.
It can be.
I told you prior to the show, every time we get somebody on, a candidate, or say, hey, give us at least an hour. And then Kevin and I will do the last half hour. They usually always stay on the whole hour and a half. It's
typical
amazing.
Politician. They want to hear themselves talk, right?
I guess there's usually a lot to talk about, Amanda.
Yeah.
There really is. And then and everybody knows Kevin and I don't prep well.
No.
And but here we are. You know my role, so I'm up on the importance of the Secretary of State. It doesn't mean every listener is. Most people think of the Secretary of State up until our tyrannical current Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, showed how more important a Secretary of State is, other than just going to get your driver's license renewed. But I'll let you tell us what your role, what you think the role of the Secretary of State is, and where you might be able to help us. Because remember, the current Secretary of State terms out, and we will be electing an all-new Secretary of State one way or another. So do
Yes,
your thing, and we'll add from there.
All right. And thank goodness we will be getting a new one. As you said, this Secretary of State that we have right now, I believe is up to 8 lawsuits right now. And she's been a complete disaster, mainly in the realm of the election integrity question. So I used to work for the Secretary of State, and you're right. Most people kind of thought of it as, yep, this is where I go to get my driver's license. This is where I go to renew my tabs. But really in the past, especially in the 8 years since Benson's taken over, it's more people have been passionate about it because of the election angle. And that's my main priority and the main influence as to why I wanted to get involved, because it truly is a mess. Benson has more recently, in the last few weeks, she's tried to change the Secretary of State's rule so that the clerks have to remove and delete all of their poll book data 7 days after an election. So that's nothing short of a cover up. She is really trying to cover things up. She's trying to make the rules easier because she's now running for governor.
Yep.
So she's really trying to get in there and make changes to make fraud more easily accessible, unfortunately. So I'm running because I know the ins and outs of the Secretary of State's office. I've worked within the Secretary of State's office. I've worked in the AG's office for the legislature. I've also been an election inspector, and I've run campaigns for my entire life, including my own race for school board, which I took on 2 union-backed incumbents as a newcomer on the scene here in Oakland County, and I won with the most votes. So I've seen elections from the inside out, and I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we need somebody that's going to get in there and that's going to actually fix and secure our election system.
We
So,
have a yard sign up here in the Jackson GOP headquarters. I think an organization called Tea Party Patriots sent them around. They send different weird yard signs, but it says easy to vote, hard to cheat.
Yep.
And that's what it comes down to. Of course, the left always wants to paint a picture that the right is making it more difficult for people to vote. Totally ridiculous. You got to have ID to do anything. Why shouldn't you have ID to go vote or to register to vote?
yeah.
They use the
You
transportation.
actually don't even need to. There's what's called a provisional ballot right now. So even if you forget your ID, you can still
Yeah.
vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not even cumbersome for anyone to vote. It's very easy. And if you know I know that when I was coming up, even working for the Secretary of State's office, people never said, "Oh, we're disenfranchised." But ever since Trump won,
Oh yeah.
they've had to make it, you're making it harder for people to vote. We need to have all these new rules where there's no reason absentee. I just find the timing of that a bit ironic right after Trump won.
It's the swamp that paints that picture. The citizens out there don't believe that. It's the swamp that paints that picture. The left of the swamp of the left paints that picture and plants that seed. That's the intent. And I know it isn't. You know it isn't. Amanda, what role did you work? What capacity did you hold with the Secretary of State's office when you worked for him?
So I actually was Terry Lynn Land was the Secretary of State at the time, and I was her assistant. So I really kind of followed her around. I drove her places. I went into meetings with her. I helped run the clerks convention. That was that year. So I really did kind of have on the job training as to what a Secretary of State actually does do. Now, we had just gotten optical scan machines back then, so it was a different time. It was more focused on that DMV side with the driver's licenses and customer service and long lines, and there was the number system back then. So there's definitely been a lot of I'm gonna have a different approach definitely to the job than Terry did, but it was really a good, insightful experience to actually have been in there, seen the day-to-day operations of a Secretary of State.
What has been your active role in the last handful of years on the election integrity front? Have you been part of the election integrity efforts here in Michigan, like a lot of us have been?
Yeah, so I've been very pivotal so I'm a numbers person. And while I haven't been able to be an election inspector the last few cycles because I have been running campaigns, So we're in the war room typically on election night
Sure.
and putting up the yard signs, working the poll
That's
locations.
usually where I'm at on election night. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been able to identify anomalies through my data. So the races that I've helped win, and I've been able to see, oh well, isn't this peculiar? Even back before 2020, that even before that 2020 debacle, I was able to identify some anomalies on a municipal race that actually was run by the Democrats. That was very compelling to some people. So that's really where I've been helpful, is kind of in the after an election, analyzing that data. And then I don't know if you probably are aware, but with this early voting, there's been a lot of difficulty trying to identify who's been an absentee voter, who's voting in person, because they're combining that information. So back
Right.
Yeah, so back before the rule change and before early voting, you could tell who was an absentee voter and who wasn't. And that's good information. We need to have that information, and we just don't have that anymore, because it's being combined on the Excel sheets or that they send over. So it's really,
Are you
yeah.
referencing then that, um, are you advocating then that, yes, the expansion of absentee voting is fine, but the process of how they're counted needs to be changed? Where are you at with that? We take back leading, say in 2022, I remember the Republicans were like, we must vote in person. We must vote in person, and that whole message. And then 2024 came, and Trump kind of started it with embracing the absentee voting method as a strategy, which I firmly believe. And of course, we were running around like crazy, encouraging people to get on the AV system and encourage people for absentee. But I did hear that they skew the numbers, so I assume that process just needs to be fixed.
Yeah, so first, just to clarify, I personally do not support any of the rule changes of the last 7 years or so, since 2018. So I firmly believe we should have an election day. That's constitutional. We should have an election day.
Not
Uh,
election month.
yeah, exactly. I'm supportive of absentee ballots if you need, if there's a reason, like how it was before. So of course, our military, our elderly, if you have a reason that you need to vote absentee, absolutely request a ballot, and that is great. But we are living in a world where now that is in our constitution, so we have to work within the rules.
All right.
So yeah, I do agree more with the approach that Trump took in the too big to rig approach of, okay, these are the rules. We don't like them, but that's what we have to work with. So we have to play the game better. And I do believe that we should.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. That rule change is here to stay.
Mhm.
So that's why that was the push. Embrace it, learn to work with it,
Right.
and use it to our advantage, which I think it helped a lot. I'm with you. I don't care what I vote on election day. I just do. I look forward to it. To me,
It's fun. I like the feeling of it.
I love
Want
it,
to see
man.
my ballot go in too. I like that feeling of seeing my number get
Yeah.
tabulated, and yeah.
It makes it feel more real as
Y-
opposed to just, oh,
Yes.
well, something happened.
I live in a small community outside the city of Jackson, and you always hope that the lines are light, but honestly, I like the long lines too.
You see people you don't normally see.
I know it's like a reunion. I seen people, I thought they were ready to start drinking beer out in the parking lot and stuff, and they all had their Trump shirts on and everything. I enjoy election day. I'd rather have a small line. I hate going to elections when it's 4 PM. Kevin experienced this, and you're voter number 49.
Yeah.
So I do like them busier than that.
It was 6 PM and it was number 39.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a May. May election? When was it?
for a millage.
Yeah, it was for a millage. It was
for a millage. Amanda, what kind of impact and influence, in your opinion, has the current Secretary of State had on township clerks and county clerks?
Oh, very negative. So especially I'm seeing on the township level, village, city level, they do not have the access to training that they need. So you'd expect that it kind of would get trickled down, right, from the Secretary of State to the county clerks to the local clerks. It's really not. I have plans to actually increase that training process so that everybody's on the same page with essentially what the law is, because our Secretary of State and her negative impact, in my opinion, mainly has been she doesn't follow the law and she encourages clerks not to follow the law. So
They unwittingly know they're not following the law.
yeah.
Some probably know that they're not, but most probably like, oh, this came down from the Secretary of State, and now you've got local clerks violating the law.
when your boss
Yes.
tells you to
Oh,
do
I think, yeah, for the most part, it's not malicious intent, but they think, oh, this is what we're getting. This is the direction we're getting from
Mhm.
the head honcho in their mind, the Secretary of State. And there's been some instances where the Secretary of State has acted as though she can remove clerks and that she does have power, and it's just not the case. They are elected
They
officials.
are.
They are elected by the people, but I would be intimidated. I admit that. I mean, I wouldn't actually succumb to any of that pressure, but as a newly elected village clerk, you're getting direct instructions that you should not verify signatures, that the signatures do not have to match. You're that's confusing. Of course, you know in the back of your mind that signatures should instruction that nope, they don't have to match. That's one example of something that Benson's done. Is and she's gotten
I,
the courts ruled in
my
our favor on that, but she's still directing them that they don't have to match.
I've seen on a personal level, like the Jackson County clerk. She's worked for a clerk's office for many years before she was elected, and I think she knows what she's doing. And if you were to come at if the Secretary of State comes at her with something that she's says is illegal or something, she'll probably speak out to a certain degree, but there is still a little bit of intimidation there. But when I look at our township clerks and even county clerks, you look at our township clerks, a lot of times township clerks or village clerks, for example, our elections are often on popularity contests. So you could elect a clerk, most probably get elected and have no idea how to be a clerk. So they're really depending on guidance from the Secretary of State or the county clerk, which gets direction from the SOS. And it's unfortunate. My dad was a longtime township supervisor in a small rural community in Branch County. And back in 22, in that era there, he went through like 3 township clerks. One, they didn't have money to pay them for all the added work that they had been put on them with this election integrity and everything this SOS is throwing at them. And they ended up finding the right one after a while, but they had to pay him more. I know the township I live in, she makes a good full-time wage, but they're so dependent on instruction from the SOS that makes me worried. It just really does.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. They should have access to proper training on a local level. I mean, the county clerks in some areas just simply don't have any interest, especially if it's differing parties. But I've seen instances even of the same party, but they have no interest in training these local clerks. And like you said, there can be so much turnaround, and it's a difficult job to be a clerk. But
It's the hardest job in the township that I'm in. I know it is.
oh, absolutely. But you don't have, there's no prerequisite to be a clerk. So yeah, anybody could be elected, and there needs to just be proper training, and they need to be supported. We need to support our clerks better. Uh, Not just county clerks, but yeah, our local clerks.
It's like we're not taking elections seriously when we don't have properly trained clerks.
Yeah.
You look at all the townships in villages where there's an elected clerk. I don't even know the number. It's hundreds. And if there's not I'm sure there must be some sort of new clerking training that occurs, but if it's inadequate, and it might be inadequate on purpose so that you have no choice but to take directive from the SOS. And I don't know. That's where our checks and balances comes in. That's why we elect local clerks to maybe stand up to the SOS if they're giving us wrong information.
Yeah. And along those lines, I just wanted to bring in here, because I think I'm the only candidate that has, first of all, that is a priority to train clerks. But I also want to train our constitutional sheriffs, and I want to train our law enforcement too in election law,
Wow.
because there has been situations where election inspectors or poll workers, that they'll see something that's wrong, that's clearly illegal or clearly just not right, and so they don't really know what to do, because they don't feel like they have any authority to stop whatever's occurring, and so they'll call the police or they'll call the sheriff.
And they have no idea what to do.
Oh, and
They won't even go there.
no, they don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No. We've experienced it here in Jackson to a certain degree, and there's no way our sheriff is going to. And we like our sheriff, but he isn't touching that one bit. I think it's because he doesn't know what he can do.
That's exactly right. So I think that would be really key to let them know the law, what they can, what they can't do, what election law is. I mean, that's not something that they necessarily should be having to enforce, but unfortunately, that is the world that we're living in right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have that training for them too, so they at least have some direction.
Even if there is a directive, let's say emails go out to local clerks, county clerks from the SOS weeks leading into an election that of a change or this or that or what, the sheriff should probably be included in that email chain. They're probably so out of the loop unless they want to insert themselves into what any of it's about. It really is. I like that one, Amanda. I really do.
Good.
Doesn't matter what I like. Well, I am a vote. I am a delegate. I am a vote. Of course, I'm a delegate.
If you're a delegate, then yeah, I need your support. I need your help. I need your vote. You are king right now to me, because it's a delegate race for the primary. So
bring that up. I've just recently had to, since me and Kevin started interviewing candidates for AG. You are the first candidate we've had on for SOS. Yeah. You all really are, but we've had 2 of the 3 candidates on for AG, and it occurred to me. Oh, by the way, I was going to say I am a delegate, but Kevin is not.
It's dead to me.
How? By the way, Kevin's my son,
but I have a microphone.
Okay.
Kevin's my son, and
I did not know that.
Yeah, and
I don't admit
he's my oldest son, and he does other podcasts. And it was 2 years ago, believe it or not. I said, Kevin, you want to do a political podcast with your dad? And we were it was gonna be GOP. The Jackson GOP type podcast. When we quickly learned we don't want to be tied to that. It is a Russ and Kevin podcast. Yeah. But we do broadcast from the Jackson GOP headquarters because we have a podcast room. Kevin is a tenant. Yeah. We sublease space in our headquarters, and he's a tenant. He runs a business. And then in return, we do political podcasts. There's other ones that Kevin allows us to do here.
Yeah, I let them do anything they pretty much want.
But
They don't
he
charge
wasn't
me a lot.
he wasn't political like his dad.
No.
But we've brought him a long ways, and I want to rub it in that he is not a delegate, but he really should be. Maybe we should elevate him at our next county convention.
I like
I
that.
was
Where
gonna
I'm
say,
at.
yeah,
Middle of the
yeah.
road.
Different counties have different rules, but yeah, if you can get elevated, that'd be great.
Yeah, but that brings up an issue that what a tough type of a campaign. So you have to appeal to the Republican precinct delegates of Michigan. And that's who you are out campaigning for right now, because they will elect the one of, I don't know, there's 4 or 5 of you. Though we will elect one of them candidates to be the nominee in the general election that all the people of the state vote on a year from November. And what a difficult balance it would be, in my mind, to you have to secure the votes from the precinct delegates, and then you would shift gears, and then you got to campaign in a whole different way in the general. To me, if you were a person's running for governor, you're just running for governor. You just got to please everybody. But I think really right now you probably have to not only talk to the precinct delegates, but you have to talk to general people, preparing that you're going to be the nominee, right?
Yeah, so it is. Well, thank you for acknowledging that too. That is definitely quite the pivot to go from a delegate race and straight into a general statewide election.
Yeah.
Totally different worlds. But I do think that is what makes me such a great candidate, actually, is because I have both sides. I believe I'm the strongest candidate for both of those situations. So I'm a very grassroots person, great conservative values. I've been around the convention scene for over 20 years now. So I know the players. I'm out of the game a little bit.
What did you do,
Definitely
start when you were 12?
I did start pretty young, not 12 though.
All right. That was kind of a compliment, but
That was, yeah.
all right.
Especially now that I'm 40,
All
I
right.
take that to heart. Yes,
Well, you
but
were young then when you got started then.
I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
awesome.
we had the whole. It was a little different situation back then, and it was a little easier to identify. We had 2 major players in a convention race, so it was one against the other. So it was the state party, and then another high profile consultant. So it was pretty much those 2 sides. So you pretty much picked a side back then on who you were going to be supporting. And so I've definitely been running around convention floors and knowing how that all works. And it's very, I love the convention process, though,
I do too.
especially for these races, because you have to vet these candidates. We can't just get a Republican that has the R next to their name for a Secretary of State, especially this cycle. We need somebody who can be highly vetted on this election integrity issues. We need a strong Republican in there who's not just going to go along to get along, who's not using it as a stepping stone because they want to be the governor. We need somebody who's passionate about elections, who's passionate about customer service. And that's why I love the convention process, because I'll be able to talk to, there's going to be 2,100 people voting for me. I'm going to be able to talk to every single one, get their point of view, what's important to them, what's an issue in their county. So I definitely feel really well about the convention. And then as a general election candidate, I know that world too. I will be able to kind of pivot, if you will, into that general. I've helped on some statewide campaigns,
Good.
and yep. So I have some contacts, some good commitments as far as the financial side. So I won't be needing to count on state party or anything for funding. So I definitely am a good hybrid, I guess you could call it, for the.
I would assume if whoever makes it to the general, money will appear all over the place with the right candidate. to get through the general. It's probably going to be an expensive race, more than what general public would ever imagine. Those numbers always stagger me, and I'm an insider, and I know what kind of numbers there are, but they always stagger me.
Yes. I think I can do it for just because I have so much campaign experience and I know the right vendors. And so I think my cost per vote is going to be a lot lower than the other potential candidates, but it's still going to be several $1,000,000. So it's, yeah.
One quick question before we you have to go. And we will bring you back. We'll have you on the show for almost the whole time, because we really can go forever on the. Any issue we bring up here, Kevin and I, and we haven't even got any questions out of Kevin today. And normally he's throwing them at us left and right as we go along. But so my wife handles the go to the DMV side of the SOS. All right, unless I have to renew my driver's license, but. The tabs, all that. And a lot of that's by mail. But we've had a couple of instances over the last couple of years where we had to physically go there. And she loves the process at the DMV side of the SOS now. And I got to agree, I got wrangled into going with her one time. Our SOS is in a shopping mall. We were going to the mall. And you're in and out in 10 minutes. The process now, and I know it was from COVID, this whole scheduling in advance online, it appeared in COVID, but gosh, it's worked. And so I'll give credit where credit's due. Going to the DMV side has been a lot easier, but I do, since some people can't access a computer to schedule their visit. And I have heard complaints that if you just pop in, although Kevin said he had to pop in, it wasn't too bad. If you pop in, it can be a nightmare. What changes on the DMV side are you looking at? Or do you agree that the process now is more streamlined than it had been in the past?
It's definitely shorter wait times. I will definitely agree with you there. The issues that I see and want to change, and yeah, like you said, I'll give credit when credit's due. The customer wait times are much lower. I like the appointment system.
Yeah.
It works for me, but there are times where it's a week and a half or something before I can get an appointment. And in some instances, that's not acceptable. So I want to keep the appointment system, but I want to make two changes to it. And one of them being walk-in appointments should still be an option. So if you walk in, there's right now, it's not guaranteed that they're going to see you. There's some various areas that we'll make you an appointment right now, and then they'll be able to see you. But it's not guaranteed. People have been turned away. A biggest complaint I've heard has been out of towners. So they'll be handling an estate, for example. They'll need to, their mother died and they need to get something with their title of their car fixed or whatever it may be. And they don't have a week to wait to make an appointment. They need to be seen that day. So I want to bring in the walk-in system not as a first option, but just as an option. There's going to be situations where you're going to need to get in without making an appointment. And then I also want to make it as easy as possible to make the appointments. So for senior citizens primarily, and just other people who are younger who hate technology, I want to make a phone line, and it would just directly go geographically into the branch office, but it would be a phone line where they can call a number and make an appointment that way.
Get an appointment by telephone.
My grandfather, whenever he needs to go to the Secretary of State and make an appointment, he calls me to make him an appointment. It's a whole process.
Now, Kevin just, before we jumped on the show, he had to go to the Secretary of State, and he went without an appointment, but they squoze him in because of a canceled. Somebody didn't show up for an appointment. That's how they're squeezing you in right now, aren't they, Kevin?
Yeah, the way they did it is they had the line for the people with appointments, and then once that line dwindled down, but it wasn't yet the next appointment time, they had me get in line.
So they accommodated, but there's a chance that you wouldn't have been accommodated.
Yeah. Well, there
right?
there was 2 appointment times gone by that they were like, oh, I thought I was going to get called up, but then the next appointment happened. So if people would have kept showing up for their appointments, I wouldn't have been in.
Oh, see, yeah, that got changed. And then my wife, she manages in a senior apartment complex, and it's 55 and older, and every one of them there are 75 and older, and she deals with it all the time. They're not jumping online to make appointments. Even the ones that they just can't do it. So there does need to be a different process. She tends to help them often make their appointments, and that's not really her job. But of course she does help. And just like Kevin said about his grandfather, Amanda, I see the time is getting there. So what you need to do is tell us how to get a hold of you, your website, all that campaign jazz that you need to get out before we cut you loose.
Okay. Yep. Just so real quick, I also want to make some changes with aliens voting in our election. So I want to cross-check our social security numbers with our voter registrations, clean up voter rolls, not just talk about it, but actually do it. And I want to withdraw from our multi-state compact. It's called ERIC. I want to withdraw from that, but a few other changes I want to make, but visit my website. A lot of things are listed there. So www.loveformi.com. So it's love, and then 4 is spelled out, FOR.com. And then also just call me, and I would be happy to answer any questions. So my campaign, I'm going to give my campaign number here. So it's 313-451-4875. And I'm very accessible. I'm not somebody who's really gate kept. I want to talk to people, especially delegates right now, about anything, any plans, any issues. So yeah, I want to please reach out to me. My email address will be on that website, that loveformi.com. So yeah, please, I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much, guys, for having me and for accommodating my limited time.
I will say you are very approachable, easy to talk to, and you will be in. I started pitching this yesterday on our social media pages. Attention precinct delegates tune in, and that's a lot who tunes in anyhow, because that's really who is important to at this moment. But you will be at the Jackson Lincoln Day dinner, October 25th. We are setting up candidate tables. And so if the people watching from Jackson come to the Lincoln Day dinner, you'll have an opportunity to meet Amanda and bring any question that you have. I know you are willing to answer any and all of them.
Yes, 100%. And I look forward to seeing you on the 25th.
Okay. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Bye.
That was a short interview for us.
Yeah, I never have faith in you when you're like, oh yeah, no, we'll get you right out at 2:40. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see about that.
I kept glancing down at my clock at my phone, and we normally don't have to do that too much.
No, not normally.
I was being gracious host for somebody that had to be at another appointment, I guess.
I guess so.
It is what I didn't book her till yesterday.
Yeah, well,
you know. We'll get her back on. She mentioned something at the tail end there of the multi-state thing called ERIC.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know anything about
it. I should know. I'm not the one to talk about it. We need her back on the show to talk about those issues. It's just other ways for them to cheat our elections.
Yeah, well, I don't understand. The whole multi-state thing doesn't make any sense to me. But
what do I give a shit about any other state? Yeah. Well, I do national-wide elections, but we should mind our own business, count the damn votes. All right, who won? All right, there you go. And then the other states, same thing here. I think it's I don't know, computing system or the
Electronic Registration Information Center.
There you go. Electronic information.
It's the Premier Association for Representing. No, that's not right.
I hate all associations.
Yeah, I've never met one I liked.
I'm going to talk about associations right next. Now that you bring it up,
go ahead.
since we have time here. By the way, when do you got John Wilson back on?
Friday, 1 o'clock.
So you got a guest?
No.
I hope he talks about the state budget.
Well, you can probably get a hold of him if you want to come on.
I might do that.
I mean,
I think he's been avoiding me to be the guest with him.
I don't know. He's had Corey on.
Yeah, he don't count.
But him and Corey, I thought they didn't get along, so I figured, I don't know. I'm going to stop right there.
They're bubs.
Yeah,
They're bubs.
well, they know who each other are.
He rubs county commissioners the wrong way, and it don't matter which one you are.
Yeah.
Lately, John's been liking Corey and Duckham and Walls. In my opinion, and not to be like John and beat the other ones over the head too hard. They're the only ones voting with any freaking common sense right now.
Yeah, he always calls them the fiscally conservative.
They are always there, thankfully. But I want to talk what I know about the state budget. I think we talked about it briefly in the last stream.
Started to, yeah.
The townships got screwed.
Yeah.
Screwed on road funding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We briefly touched on it, and
so villages.
You pretty much got cut out.
Yeah, villages in counties and cities will bring in extra money for road funding, and the townships nothing. So we depend on the counties to help us fix our roads.
Right.
The counties, listen. I think I've said this before. Somebody needs to explain this. A dozen years ago, there wasn't no such thing as township roads and county roads. The freaking county took care of the roads.
Yeah, that's what
I don't know what happened. But now those aren't our county's responsibilities. We'll plow them and throw pothole goop in, but we don't do anything else. You guys are going to have to pay. Well, they're limited on funding. I get it.
Yeah. But so is every level of government.
Right. So now they tell the townships, hey, we'll pay 30% if you pay 70% if you want to fix township roads. And then this comes along. I was all, yay, Kathy Schmaltz is telling us we're going to get more road funding if we pass this budget. And we did. But the townships were cut out. And now we're held hostage by the county, which the county don't trickle it down, man. They just don't. I'm going to advocate that they change the percentage. Make it 50-50.
Yeah.
I think you should pay for them for free. But money is money. You got to have money to do it.
Right.
But if you're bringing in extra loot, which wasn't as much as everybody wanted to fix local roads, it might not work. But I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to talk to my commissioners. I'm going to bring it up in public comment. And I'm sure that no one has a good picture of what it's going to look like right now. They just passed the damn budget last week.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you get the picture, highly consider changing the 70-30 split to 50-50.
I think it's a good place to start. Like you said, I don't know what the previous agreements were or anything.
Apparently I didn't either until recently.
But I've always I don't know, we got to get a hold of the road commission because the roads suck. Well, that was always the county. As long as I can remember.
Townships don't even have road repair crews. We're not allowed to fix the roads. We have to have them do it, but you got to pay.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to pay. I think that's a good recommendation. At least change the percentage.
Yeah. They're even if they negotiated down to a 60-40, we're at least getting somewhere.
70-30 is ridiculous. And when I ran for trustee, I ran fix the damn roads like Gretchen Whitmer. And I figured I would be the good liaison between at least Leone Township and the county commissioners. And I do have a better relationship with every single county commissioners than the rest of my board. Right. Doesn't mean they listen. They'll answer the phone.
Reluctantly.
But once I got on the township board and I started getting corrupted by the supervisor and everybody else, and I say that because they were actually correct. We're getting robbed on this deal. Yeah. And then you take Leone, for example, And see, there's a couple of county commissioners saying, really, Ross, but it's the goddamn truth. We are a marijuana township. There's other townships that generate marijuana money, and the county collects excise tax for every marijuana purchase, and the township does. So they get free money. All right. I think it's around $800K the county gets for all the marijuana dispensaries, and they have no skin in the game. None.
Really?
We're the ones that have to have enforcement officers, marijuana compliance guys, a whole team. We're the ones doing all the legwork, have the skin in the game for our $800K. Leone Township contributes the most in excise tax to the county. We are the largest marijuana township in the county. We contribute the most, and the county takes that money and just absorbs it into the general fund.
Oh,
absorbs it in. We get nothing special. So since Leone Township's generating, and the number's wrong, let's say it's $700,000-$800,000.
okay.
We're generating $700,000-$800,000, maybe more. Hell, my brain's telling me it might be $1 million, but $700,000-$800,000 to the county. Should we, hey, since we're contributing more than a non-marijuana township,
Right?
Can you help us out here?
Well, yeah, maybe that's the answer too. Is that okay? So, blah blah township, Summit Township doesn't contribute as much as Leone Township.
They
so,
contribute none in marijuana money.
exactly.
Summit.
So that 70-30 split maybe works for Summit because actually no, it'd be the opposite, wouldn't it?
No, we should get a bet. Maybe we should be 60-40, and they should be 70-30. I don't know. I'm going to get a call now from the Summit Township supervisor. He ain't watching.
Yeah, no. No one watches this stupid show unless he's one of 6 people. We did have a pretty good YouTube for a second, but
I don't want to be careful here. I'm just expressing ideas and thoughts.
right.
Leone contributes a lot to the county general fund with marijuana excise tax. And we have to fight for every dollar to fix our roads, just like every other township. We're the ones with skin in the game, compliance units, all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a significant amount of money too. It's not like it's like $200,000, upwards of $1 million.
So I watched it a year ago in the previous budget when the jail millage went down. How we're going to operate the jail. And so I watched Commissioner Kennedy, thankfully, go line by line through that budget and say, yep, we're taking $100,000 from the administrator, which, by the way, they gave back.
Oh, yeah.
John will go into that.
I think he already has.
We're taking $100,000 from the drain commissioner, $50,000 here, 30. They went down through the list to adjust the budget to fund basically road patrols for the sheriff's department, but to save the sheriff's department's budget.
Right.
And then I watched them discuss marijuana excise tax, and they're like, woohoo, at least we got that to throw in there to offset the cost.
Yeah, but the roads still suck.
Where did Columbia Township, what did Columbia Township contribute to that, or Summit Township contribute to that?
Yeah.
They don't have no excise tax helping fund. Thank you. Thank Leone Township for helping fund the county budget throughout the whole county.
Everybody gets.
We should get an award. They should have a parade for us, and we'll put our supervisor out front, and everything,
Put it on the sign or something. For Leone Township, we paid for your shit.
I have been corrupted by our township supervisor in that regard. We're getting hosed, Leone Township.
That's just dollars and cents. That's that's not someone's belief. That's like literally just looking at a piece of paper and going, that doesn't make sense.
All right. When I bring up compliance, we have a compliance unit.
Right.
That's paid for not through the excise tax. That's paid for by the $5,000 application fee that every single marijuana license has to pay annually to the township to exist, which is like 80 or 90 of them. And we take that money has to be only used for administrative and enforcement costs. And that's how we created the marijuana compliance unit. So that money's not coming out of our end of the excise tax, but we still are the ones doing all the legwork.
Yeah, I mean,
We have to manage that. We have to look at that. We
and that's
have
still an officer, correct? Like,
they're real cops.
So if they get if there's a call and they need an officer, then he's doing other things, right?
Well,
I mean, I'm sure that's not typical.
So they spend their 8-hour day. It's a good gig, by the way.
It sounds like a good.
By
gig.
the way, the head of that is a lieutenant, and he makes $98K a year.
Oh, nice.
They work in the daytime and they drive their cop car around and they go and check on licensing. Okay?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them.
Oh wow.
Right. Not to diminish the role. I'm glad they exist.
It's a needed role.
The way I'm supportive of that is that's additional Blackman Leone units out and about in the day in case there was a critical incident, a major fire, something happens at a school.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not answering complaints. They're not doing traffic stops. But if push come to shove, those are police officers that can respond to a critical incident. So, listen, if there was a critical incident outside the township, they would respond to it too. So once again, Leone Township in the marijuana business is benefiting this county financially and with resources way more than any other township.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought of this when you said it. And
let Summit Township pay for a 70-30 split.
Yeah, right. But and that's the thing. You got to remember too that Blackman, it's public safety. So if there's a fire, they're going to fight fire. And that's happens all the time where they pull units from other municipalities.
Jackson County has what they call mutual aid agreements.
Right.
And when there's a fire, it could be a fire alarm. They don't even have to confirm a fire.
Right.
The alarm goes off, say the fire's in Summit Township. Additionally, not only do the tones go out for Summit, but they go out for the city and Blackman and the surrounding townships. All units start responding to the scene.
Sorry.
They respond to the scene. The first unit there will say, yeah, it's bad, or everybody go home. And then once they get there and adjust, it's a bad fire, they'll call in more units on top of that. And I don't know the policy of this. I'm sure our marijuana compliance officers aren't running into Summit Township when there's a fire call, but if it ends up being a real critical scene, yes, they will.
If it's
that's the way cops are.
That's the way that public safety works.
It's what they do for one another.
Yeah. Brothers in blue kind of thing. And
if there's a critical incident at the hospital, they're all going.
Oh yeah,
they're all going. So.
Or if there's a judge at a local bar and someone calls a
21 units.
Oh, that was crazy. I didn't know we had that many cops.
I think the Parma police chief woke up out of bed to respond to that.
Yeah, he showed up in his underpants.
He did. Had his shirt on, but with his underpants on.
And he had his gun.
And in his combat boots.
Yeah. Well, that's the only one he's got.
Right. Anyways, there's my rant for the day. I would, John... I've gotten to know a little bit more about us we're getting screwed on the budget with the gas tax.
Oh yeah.
John's going to be able to explain that really well. But if gas prices stay under a certain amount, you don't get charged this. If it goes, we do get charged. If it goes over a certain amount, we get hit like 41 cents a gallon. Now, gas prices are low right now. And I don't think that's this new little gas tax scheme kicks in until first of the year, November. Or I don't know. That'd be interesting for John to enlighten us on that. I know his show is geared for city and county, but I'm thinking, I might call John. Maybe I'll give him a call.
I'm sure.
John hanging out on the show. That's how it all started.
Yeah, actually, literally, right after this show, me and him started talking.
Right, I had John on to go on about his thing, so maybe I'll give John a call and see if I can't be the co-host. What am I doing Friday?
I think it's 1 o'clock. I got to double check my schedule.
Yeah,
and the thing is, John's show is 1 hour.
Oh, I know. We're done, guys.
Yep.
And it's not like it's cost or anything because you're like, you'll go another 10, 15.
Yeah, we went a little long on.
John shuts it down.
When we had that one, when we had the other John,
John Light.
We went a little bit long with that one, but still, nope.
Yeah. Well, you get guys like Will Hastings or that John, that other John. You could talk forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about John,
I know
the
that-
Green Beret John.
Oh. I
Yeah,
see.
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've had a lot of Johns.
God, there's been a lot of Johns, haven't there?
Oh.
Jeezums.
Wow.
It's like we had too many Kevins multiple times.
We do have
Okay.
some Kevins going on
Okay.
the show lately.
Except, Kajewski, he's a more important Kevin in a lot of ways.
I guess so. He probably makes more than this Kevin.
I'm guessing.
I don't think he works for free.
No, doubt it.
No.
He's got a really nice suit. I saw him in. By the way, speaking of that Eric thing, just real quick. So I don't know when this came out, but apparently when this article came out, 8 states had just dropped: Missouri, Alabama, Florida, Iowa, Louisiana, Ohio, Texas, Virginia, and West Virginia.
Oh yeah, those are all red states.
Yep. And then, but here's what got me. Where did that go? Because it talks about what it's for.
Eric sucks.
Yeah, and
I've never met anybody named Eric that I've ever liked.
no,
That
me
didn't
neither.
suck.
No, there's one that is okay-ish, but I can't find it now, of course. But it said basically what it does is it helps to kick off and re-enroll voters onto the voter roll.
That sounds shady. to
Yeah,
me.
not just those words alone, if you ask me. And then, they have a history of partnering with Soros. That's
Oh yeah, we should pay into that.
yeah. Okay. Well, another Eric I don't like.
Damn Erics. Oh, I meant to brought up about the getting screwed on the townships getting screwed on the state budget. I would have preferred that money to flow right to the municipality, and then we could figure out what roads we want to fix.
Right. I mean, why not?
But they did. Now it's going to flow through MDOT, which is the most bloated, corrupt, do nothing state agency in the state, and then it's going to funnel down to the counties. Oh my God! And then we're at that bottom of the barrel. But I mentioned I went off on a little rant at my last township study session. Our meetings tomorrow. We had a study session Thursday because our township offices are closed for Columbus Day, and apparently elected officials don't work on a Columbus Day. But we do meet tomorrow. But I said at my study session, we pay into an organization called the Michigan Township Association.
Right.
I hate all associations.
You had brought that up before.
And that it's technically a lobbying group.
Yeah.
If you ask me, we should really consider not paying into that organization when they left us hanging.
Yeah.
On this. You mean to tell me the villages association, the cities associations, and the county associations smoked us and left, and the township associations just out there? Why are we paying? I'm going to look through the packet. I'm going to figure out what we pay. Only township pays them a year.
Yeah.
It's in the thousands, I think.
I'm sure it's not cheap.
And I'm not suggesting we should get rid of them, but I'm suggesting we should probably consider getting rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the townships should jump on.
There's got to be other alternatives.
I once heard from someone that all those associations, the county association, township, village, and cities, are actually one association broken into fours.
Oh.
Here's a problem with associations. They'll send you to training to corrupt you to be, say, a township trustee the way they think you should be a township trustee.
Well, they have other, they have other things in mind. Obviously, they're a for-profit company.
They probably have the word nonprofit in front of them.
Yeah.
But that's a lobbying group. And where did they lobby for the townships?
Exactly.
They dropped the ball.
Yeah.
What would Trump do? You're fired. What are they doing with Eric? You're fired.
Yeah.
If you didn't do, what are you doing for us if you didn't secure road funding for townships? That's the most critical, most talked about issue in townships, and you got us nothing?
Yeah. And that's strange.
You should have seen the look on the administrator's face when I said that.
Uh-oh. Because he's had that same thing. He just hasn't said anything about it.
and the supervisor, he's all about the township association. Your grandpa was when he was a township supervisor. They provide resources. You can call them up and get half-ass legal advice, this and that. But when the rubber hit the road,
literally,
we hit a pothole, and we got nothing from the Michigan Township Association.
Yeah, it's representatives not representing you. It sounds like. I mean,
That's a big one, man.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
That's
What other things have slipped through? You know that now you open that box of worms. There's probably a ton of tiny things, but
Oh, Kevin, I want to lose sleep over that one.
you're welcome.
This should be real bad.
Welcome to my world. This is the shit I think about all the time. It's a disease.
There's probably a rule where townships have to pay into the Michigan
bet you
Township.
there is.
There's probably some bullshit
And it was made by the township
state
administration.
law where you got to pay to be a part of this
Oh.
organization that does nothing for you.
Actually, this was already kind of stewing in my brain. It's like a union. Like, oh, you want to work here, you have to pay into the union.
I don't know if that is the case. I'm sure you can opt out.
I'm saying there's a good possibility. But the reason I was thinking about it, a union, it's like, oh, well, your union person is supposed to represent you, but then they didn't.
By the way, I was on the.
I know unions aren't.
I was.
They're not on my list.
You'll understand what I'm talking about. Stalking the Jackson Democratic Party Facebook page yesterday.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
I bet.
But I was trying to find the location for the No Kings protest. That's this Saturday at noon.
Right.
By the way, it's at the same location as the last one, right down here, west of downtown. But
Okay.
I was trying to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And they said, "Thank you, Polly's Country Market." Really? Polly's? What they do? Did they donate? What? For contract negotiations with the meat cutters for the Jackson stores. So, all right, you and I belong to that union. We belong to the grocery side.
Yeah.
At least in Chelsea, the meat cutters had a union. It's separate from the stockers and everybody else.
Right.
All right. So the Jackson stores are probably under the same scenario, and they just ratified their contract with the meat cutters. And so they threw that out there because the contract was ratified. But typical unions, I remember when we went through union crap at the Polly's in Chelsea. It was a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
There's no money. You non-union stores, the employees were making more money at the Dexter non-union store than the freaking union store in Chelsea. That union sucks.
Yeah. That was always weird because I remember.
And then they play like it's a big deal.
Dealing with that union before because Dougie, actually, when he worked for Kroger.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
And it was
same.
it confused me because I'm like, what? Wait, he's a teenager pushing carts around. Like he
collecting union dues from a teenager.
But back then, it wasn't a. Well, I think then they just changed it again. It was a. You had to join the union. It wasn't a right to work state.
Right. So at least when we worked in the grocery business, we could opt out, and you and I, we're like, we're not paying union dues.
Yeah, I did it.
You know, your dad was not paying no union dues.
No.
And I opt out. And I'll tell you what these assholes did right before I left. They approved the contract, and we got some bullshit raises. And then you didn't get another one for like 5 years or something. Oh, if you were at the top scale because I'd been there so long, I got that raise, and I didn't see another raise until another contract negotiation for 5 years. So I stuck at that wage for 5 years. You don't even get COLA.
Yeah.
Right. But they ratified that, and they had just recently changed the law where you had to pay union dues, which that's still out in the being fought.
Yeah.
But I think I just sucked in a bug.
Good possibility.
Where'd the bug come from? But anyways, the minute they gave these workers like a 75-cent raise, they upped the union dues.
Oh, of course. And the thing
It
is,
was a wash.
what always confused me is that if you weren't in the union, you still had all of the benefits, like as far as the call-in times and how you can call in and how many times you can call in and all this and that.
You even got union representation when you got called up to Corey's office if you wanted. Now, I'm sure the representation would be pure bullshit if you're not a dues payer.
I got called up there one time. I didn't bring anybody up with me.
You wouldn't even know who to call. I wouldn't have known who to call. I worked there 5 years. I wouldn't know who my union steward was. I didn't give a shit. Like, I want one of them retards up there representing me in front of Corey Kennedy. You better put your big boy pants on when you get called up to deal with Corey.
Yeah, I was like, I went up there, but that was all I can think of is the only guy that ever talked about anything like that was the dog food guy, the pet food aisle guy.
Well, because they were always trying to fire him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. By the way, over the years, there was employees that had been there a while that had these bullshit pensions. The union over the years had lost the pensions for the newer employees.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Why are you here? And the great example, and I don't know all the details here, but Polly's Country Market had a Dexter store. They had to close it, and they were going to absorb some of the employees from that store over to Chelsea, and a few of them had to take pay cuts to come over to the union store. They came from a non-union store, but the store paid the non-union stores people on merit.
Like doing their job well.
You know as well as I do. You get union guys. Some of them suck.
Yeah. They're just riding it out till the pension comes.
The dog food guy. Holy shit! We had to carry the whole load for that piece of shit.
Yeah.
He was a horrible.
And then he would just disappear.
He slept 6 hours of the 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
How about the manager?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Ed? Oh my God, what a gig. 42 years he
didn't even hide it though. He would just
he didn't. He passed away.
I didn't know that.
Ed died.
Oh no.
He had like some massive heart attack.
Oh.
It was kind of weird, Kevin. He had a massive heart attack, I think at the store, probably upstairs in that chair in the break room.
They just left him for the next time.
I don't know. And I someone messaged me that was still working there. Hey, Ed fell out. It's not good.
Oh no.
And I didn't think none of it. All right. I don't work there anymore. Ed ain't a buddy of mine. I mean, I got along with the guy. And then 6 months later, I ran into Adam, the produce guy.
Yeah.
Because he lives on the lake. I seen him at last year's carnival, and I go, "Hey, man, what's up with Ed?" He goes, "Oh man, Ed ended up passing away. Ed died."
Ed? Well, he went night in the forever box.
Permanent resting.
Yeah.
Because he rested a lot.
That's some good napping there.
He'd like to rest. He's getting his rest in now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Wow. Those were good times then.
Yeah, no, it was all right.
Whatever. It was a bullshit job.
Yeah.
Luckily it was.
I learned a lot about cereal.
You were the cereal guy.
You know how many freaking brands of cereal there actually are and
a lot
flavors?
more than what people realize.
Holy
and people buy the shit out of cereal.
Oh my God, they kill it.
Every day. I'd be like, Kevin, tomorrow when you come in to face this, it won't be too bad because you just stocked it. Bullshit. The whole aisle's torn apart.
Destroyed. I went in there one time after my shift to pick up my check before my direct deposit, and we happened to go down the cereal aisle. This is 2 hours after my shift. Decimated.
Already messed up.
Everything was
Fruity Pebbles, Wheaties, Raisin Bran, oatmeal.
Yeah, exactly. It was insane.
All that. Cereal's popular. Now that leads me into Maha.
Yeah.
Them cocky cereal companies, Post and Kellogg, General Mills, they are trying to ignore this Maha thing.
Oh yeah, they're just pretending it doesn't exist.
And they're but I think they're slow. I think I've seen where General Mills is going to take the red dye out or something in one of their products because Kennedy's on them. And they're like, we're so big, we don't have to worry about sales. Let me tell you, I do the grocery shop for my household 3 times a week. Cereal's on sale a lot now.
Yeah.
They can't. But so they're it's giveaway prices. People are buying less cereal. They just
yeah. No,
Maha's had a movement.
I don't think I bought cereal in 2 months.
By the way, they say there ain't a cereal up there that's worth a shit. Like, you think some Wheaties and Raisin Brands, and the only thing good for you in the cereal aisle might be the non-sweetened shredded wheats.
Yeah, like the ones that you see in like the movies where they're like this big and they just soak them in milk.
Yeah. Other than that, the rest will kill you. That's why we're dying. But
I like Honey Bunches of Oats, but
I guess that's real bad too.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I love all cereal.
I love red dye.
I do too.
I love a Faygo.
I'm off the red dye almost.
I had Faygo Red Pop the other day, and I was looking at.
I don't think there is a red dye in the Faygo.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it!
Me and Matt mentioned it. He's like something about it, and I was looking at it. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, still got it in it.
I'm almost off the red dye. The only one thing that I still get my fix of red dye on is what's the licorice? Red Vine.
Red Vine. I do like a good red vine. The soft ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the red vine, and I'll eat 10, 12, 50 pieces at a sitting.
10, 12, 15, 40.
And
I don't know what's the serving size on them. I think it is 50.
no one reads that.
No, they never published it.
But anyways, right on the back it says loaded with red dye.
Yeah, all the red dye.
Buy red dye now.
Somebody, yes.
There's a package of red dye, red vine next to my big boy chair right now.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna go buy some red vine because now I want some red vine.
Get this though, I've been a little better. I'll run out of the red vine, and I'll go a month before I buy a pack. I used to always have some right next to the chair. So I'm almost off the red dye.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but I'm not so much worried about the red dye. Whatever. I haven't died yet from the dye.
I haven't eaten cereal in a year and a half, but that started before this whole Maha thing because most cereals are bad for diabetics.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah.
But that's usually why like the crap I really like I don't buy for a month because I'm trying to get better.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. You know what I had for lunch though last week?
What's that?
Big bowl ice cream.
Oh, I did that for breakfast a couple weeks ago.
You got to do
that's
it.
Why they got me on that guy now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It'll ring my phone.
Oh, my doc said, no, we're not going to do that. We'll just give you the fat guy shot to just reduce the shit.
My doctor was like, well, we could do the fat guy shot or we could do this. And I'm like, they're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. You're the doctor. You tell me.
You're the freaking doctor.
And then so they just sent all the crap to the pharmacy. They sent me the constant glucose monitor and a normal monitor. And even the pharmacist guy is like, why do you need both? I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not doing the other one with this one on the back of my arm.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to prick my finger every day. It drives me insane anyway.
No, it cracks me up. The doctor, you've been checking your blood sugar. What the fuck kind of question is that? I've been a diagnosed diabetic for 5 years. Ain't no diagnosed type 2 diabetic checking their blood sugar 3 times a day or even once a day or ever.
I always
that's when they invented that, and that's a good idea.
I only do it when I don't feel right.
Yeah,
I go, well, I should probably see where I'm at, and really it's just to see if I can have a bowl of ice cream or not.
I know if it's low enough, you can get it in.
I'm like, yeah, got it. All right,
I can go up a couple notches here.
I can do 3 scoops.
No, I've been really good. I go back through the day where a bowl of ice cream every other day. I don't. My wife, she doesn't have the problems I have. And she can eat freaking ice cream anytime she feels like it. And so there's usually ice cream in the freezer. And Kevin, I leave it alone. But the other day I went, I'm having ice cream. By the way, it was Moose Track.
Yeah, see, I had brownie swirl Moose Track.
So if you're gonna go big.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, and I do that too. If I am cheating. And I say, okay, I'll have a brownie.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm already in. Might as well.
I'm eating a pan of brownies.
You might as well eat a second brownie.
Yeah,
You're already crossed the line.
One of my weaknesses is those cosmic brownies.
Oh,
I don't know why. I will, if I have them, I will eat the entire box.
Grandma Patty sent over a pan of brownies and apple bread.
Why?
Let me tell you, I'm like, apple bread sounds funky. No, that was delicious.
No, apple bread sounds good.
That was good. I ate all the apple bread.
Yeah.
Slathered in butter.
Apples can be good for diabetics if it has a peel on it.
I don't think apple bread is, though.
No, I don't think it has a peel on it.
Probably something worse.
I don't know. I just know that I was reading about it. The peel apparently is helps regulate blood sugar. I didn't know that. Well, it digests really slow.
Oh,
I think
that's the problem with some of the diabetic fruits that you can have. I love berries but they're not bad.
Berries are
they're real good for you.
Yeah, they're high because they have antioxidants.
It took a while though for my stomach to learn how to digest them.
Oh,
but you know what's bad for you is grapes, and they're usually
grapes.
the best value in fruit. And I'm like, if I'm going to die eating a grape, then I'm going to die eating a grape.
Well, I look at it this way, and I told my endocrinologist this because I was like, they're like, what do you do for snacks? I'm like, usually a couple grapes, and they're like, oh, I'm like, hey, 3-4 grapes. Way better than a piece of cake.
If you said that before.
And they're like,
oh, yeah.
Well, I guess so. I'm like, at least it's a
like
fruit.
They've never heard that.
Yeah, apparently. I don't think people speak up to doctors very often like I do.
I hate my doctor. I should switch. I've been saying that for about
my
5 years.
My doctor's garbage.
Yeah, they're order takers anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that, and they're pushing whatever's paying them the highest.
It's ridiculous. I go. I gotta get blood work tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, I gotta do blood work too.
I want to see if they'll move my milligram up on my fat guy shot.
Oh yeah, you want to get skinnier faster?
Yeah, because your body gets used to them.
Yeah.
At certain one, I want to step it up a notch. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, before we go into my list. We had an incident where we had to remove an executive committee member, Kevin.
Yeah, you talked about it a little bit.
It's a sad day. Actually, I think he's the longest serving executive committee member at the Jackson GOP. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
But he's my little buddy.
The people that know.
Yeah, but guess what? This is, I guess, where we draw the line. You probably shouldn't be out aggressively campaigning for well-known Democrats.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
Former Jackson Democratic chair, the co-sponsor, the co-author of the DEI policy for Jackson Public Schools, where she serves as a school board member.
Of course.
And then one that hurts me personally, she was a contributor to the Under the Oaks Pact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Under the Oaks Pact really was a low blow by some local Democrats to steal that name that is ours.
Yeah.
But we're the dumbasses that never created the Under the Oaks Pact after all these years, really. Yeah. They got one on us. Connor Wood, good for you.
Well, yeah, no, well played. Well played.
Well played. I've said that all along, Kevin. A couple of these characters, they're idiots. No, they're not idiots.
No, they're not dumb. Well, there's a lot of them are dumb, but
you better bring your A game. You want to go up against Connor Wood, Derek Dobies, and a couple of them guys?
Yeah.
You better put your big boy britches on.
Yeah.
You better don't take them for granted, man. They got us on the Under the Oaks Pact, but we've never removed an executive committee member, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there something that you were mentioning about? You didn't even have it in your bylaws.
No,
to be able to do it. Like
we had nothing in our bylaws. We did vaguely. It said how to handle people who piss us off was to censure them.
Okay.
Censure is just a piece of paper saying we're real mad at you.
Yeah.
It was weak. So a group of members who were really pissed off over this went to the Robert's Rules of Order.
Uh-oh.
And that book's this thick.
Yeah.
And they found a way to remove him through it. And we took the vote. It was very controversial. It took a couple hours. I think a lot of people that were not for removing this individual or on the fence, this group brought their A game and near unanimously removed this individual from the Jackson County Republican Committee. And so now he's free to knock doors all he wants for Miss Shalonda Hunt, which he was doing anyways.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I tell you what, these city elections are sticky business. They are.
The more local it gets, the weirder and more corrupty it gets.
You know, none of them are great Republicans. None of the candidates. The one that we like the best in city council, who's the incumbent, who this person's running against. She's not like me. I'll tell you that. They're different. They have to politic different.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know.
We're a blue city. That doesn't help.
I do know it consumed a month of our time with this horse shit when I got, and I'll go into my announcements now. Okay. We have a candidate for District 47.
Yeah.
We have people to get elected, not people to remove from the party. We have things to do what we're designed to do. Justin Griffiths.
And
we talked about...
We had him on the show 2 weeks ago. Right?
Yep. So we talked about it when Justin was on the show. And I think we probably talked about it a little bit last week. Where people don't realize, that people that even live in the district don't realize that we are represented, a big portion of Jackson County, by a Democrat in the state house. Not only is she a Democrat, but she's like the top 5 liberal, crazy, lunatic representing part of Jackson County, guys, and people that even live in these townships, I found out, don't realize it. Most of Summit Township, all of Napoleon, all of Columbia, all of Norval, and half of Grass Lake Township are represented by a Democrat. Most people think, oh, well, Kathy Schmaltz and Sarah Leitner have us covered. No. And we found a candidate to replace this crazy person. Now, this district does go into Washtenaw County. I think there's 5 townships in Washtenaw County, mostly southern, rural. You would think Republican voting townships, but they gerrymandered it to where part of it goes to the east side and north of Ann Arbor. And plus you got wonky spots like Dexter, who's turned pretty bluish, and Saline, things like that. But we've been crunching the numbers. Me and somebody smarter than me, Mr. Chris Baird, our chief of staff, and everything we come up with, that this seat is a winnable seat. Winnable seat. And we found the candidate to do it, Justin Grippus. He is an attorney. He's 39 years old. He's like your age.
Yeah, he's right around my age.
Attorney, former Jackson County assistant prosecutor. His background come from criminal defense in Ohio, and his wife has. Did he mention on the show where his wife worked? Can I safely say that?
I don't remember.
She is an assistant basketball coach for the University of Michigan girls basketball team. And so they landed here in Jackson, or in Michigan. And one day he seen a video of Carrie Rongis about encouraging our minors to call her office to help out with
gender affirming care.
Gender affirming care.
Gotcha.
So that pissed him up, and he's running. And we're going to get all now that this whole removing someone out. We're all in. Justin. We're all in on Justin. We'll have him back on the show probably a couple of times because this is going to go on for a long time. But let's go on to some announcements and get out of here because we're just wasting time now.
Yeah, whatever.
The Jackson County Republican Party, the Jackson GOP Lincoln Day dinner and Trump after party is October 25th, right here at the Great Commonwealth Center in downtown Jackson in the City View Room. Go to jacksongop.org to buy your dinner tickets, or no one's bought any after-hour tickets yet, Kevin.
Really?
$35.
Well, your normal ticket
100
covers your after hours.
Yes.
So that's
ticket sales are doing wonderful.
Wonderful.
We need it really bad, really bad. This event will not be a flop. The ticket sales are above where we expected, and we've got 2 weeks to go before the event.
Yep.
But please don't screw around. JacksonGOP.org. Buy your ads if you want to ad for our program and our scrolling ads during the event on the 4 big screens for tickets for the dinner or the after party, or you can buy a table for 8 of your friends. Buy a table. You'll get premier upfront seating. Our guests at the Lincoln Day dinner are 5 of the 7 candidates for governor. My boy Tom Leonard, Eric Nesbitt, Ralph Rebrandt. By the way, I've had 2 dinners with Ralph the last week.
Yeah?
I've been at 2 events.
Snowies.
Eating dinner with Ralph.
Hey.
Ralph's a good guy.
Yeah.
Ralph Rebrandt, Anthony Hudson, who's been on the show.
Yes.
And my dear good friend, Carla Wagner.
Great friend.
She loves me.
Yeah, I imagine.
But those are the 5 guest speakers at the event. And then we've added a twist, and we're providing campaign tables for all the attorney general candidates and the secretary of state candidates. As we mentioned earlier, Amanda Love will be here. I think all the candidates for SOS will be here. They're not speakers. And then all the candidates for AG, 2 of the 3, will be here. And then we're going to make a table for Justin, too.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
I know a guy. So there'll be a lot of candidates here to come meet in the speakers. Tom Leonard, he rocks it when he speaks, and Eric Nesbitt. And let me tell you, that Anthony Hudson ain't a joke.
No, he's
He is a great
He was
presenter.
great on the show, and then I looked into some things. He's very good.
You know, we wouldn't know who the hell he was if it wasn't for his social media presence.
Yeah.
He rocks it in social media. Yeah. These other candidates can't even come close. Now, he kind of talks. Well, he says things that people like to hear.
Yeah, and he really portrays the every
day guy.
Yeah.
I said it, Kevin.
He's like the neighbor.
I would like to sit on a bar stool next to Anthony Hudson for a couple hours and have some drinks once.
Yeah, but be
not
able
every
to
day.
Leave when I want to leave.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Maybe.
But, no, doesn't he look like the type of guy who'd be all right to sit next to in the bar and talk shit with? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Anthony's that guy. But anyways, October 25th, jacksngop.org. Get your tickets. We might sell out, Kevin. I ain't bullshitting. We've never come close. We might sell out the City View room. We might. We need the money.
Get your tickets.
We got people to the left. November 13th, Under the Oak Speaker Series with candidate for Attorney General, Mr. Doug Lloyd. Doug Lloyd will be here live for Under the Oak Speaker Series. And that's November 13th. And those tickets are only $12. $12. And we give you some pizza and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, I will be attending with Justin Griffiths, the Laura Perry for State House pheasant hunt. I'm not going pheasant hunt.
Oh, you're going to hunt pheasants?
No, they're having a luncheon.
Is it going to be pheasant?
I hope so. So I think they hunt in the morning and they come back for lunch.
They pluck the birds and throw them on the grill?
They have a luncheon and then they go back out hunting. You can hunt with I don't know, the Jim DeSanta, probably the Lindsay, Congressman Wahlberg. And the higher up you are in the political chart, the more money it costs to hunt with those people.
Of course.
It's like $300 to hunt with the Wahlberg. What the hell? But I'm paying $30 to go to the luncheon. So that's Saturday. But you know what, guys? I don't have the website. Just type in Laura Perry. Go to her website and buy tickets to the event. There's different levels to get in. Join the luncheon. It's a fundraiser. Laura Perry is a great, great candidate. I forget the district number, but it represents part of Wayne County, part of Lenawee County, and part of Monroe County. And a Democrat holds that seat, and Laura Perry is going to take that from her, and she needs support. So me and our boy, Justin Griffiths, I'm taking him down there to introduce him to others. Because everybody I'd like to create momentum for Justin, just like they've created momentum for Laura Perry.
Yeah, I think that's.
But she is kind of hot.
That's a good model. That's a good model to go after. It sounds like she's doing well.
She's kind of hot. She's smart, and she's got a beautiful family. In a longtime business owner in Monroe County. That's very helpful. And then, gosh, that's all I got on here. Oh, we do have a pre-booked guest for the Stick to the Plan podcast.
We do.
We have the Tom Leonard.
Oh, yeah, coming up in November.
On November 3rd. It's already booked. In person. He's spending the whole day in Jacktown where we get down.
Oh, nice.
We're supposed to eat lunch with important people prior to the stream, but they haven't called me back on how they want me to arrange that. So I don't know. I picture me, Tom Leonard, and this guy, Tony, eating double quarter pounders with cheese prior to the show, and then we'll come over here to the show. Maybe we'll pick one up for you. Maybe we'll go to the Coney.
Coney's good.
Kevin, have you been eating at the Coney or anything?
I've eaten there once since I moved in.
You live next door to both Coneys.
Yeah, but I smell it every day.
Like an omelet in the morning?
Well, they're not really open in the morning. If they are, they're not busy. It's I don't know. No,
I think the Jackson I think they're both open in the morning now.
It's at night. I see. I smell it. I don't know what I'm smelling, but it's Coney.
Have you had a burger at the tavern downstairs?
I've not even walked into that place since I threw up on their floor 10 years ago.
Oh, you've been
No,
barred.
that's not true. That's not true. I guess I have.
No, they got good food in that little place.
Yeah, they do have good food.
What's it called? CC's Classic Lounge?
Yeah, CC's now.
You know, it's probably not like a chamois burger, Shamrock.
No, you can't. No. It's not.
Most delicious burger on the planet with fries and a pop for $7.50.
I'm kitty corner from the chamois.
You're not too far.
And I haven't even eaten over there since I moved.
What do you eat?
I cook a lot of my own food.
Oh, that's probably better for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin lives next to two of the world famous Jackson Coney places.
I live right in between them.
And you do smell conies over there.
Yeah. It smells, to me, it almost smells like a cheese sauce I smell, but I'm like, I don't have that much cheese sauce. I don't understand. It's like, it smells like, literally, it reminds me of the queso when you go to the Mexican restaurant.
Freya used to that smell. She was probably hungry at
She
first.
Don't care. She don't care. She don't give a fuck.
Next week, I don't know who we'll have on here. Who do you want on here, Kevin?
I don't know. I don't really have any.
Oh, maybe we'll have Todd Gilman or something.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
We'll talk about some rock and roll.
Yeah, we had Todd last time, and you were disappointed because you guys didn't get to talk about rock and roll.
You know, I've traveled the state with Todd, all over hell. We're road dogs. We've never just rocked out in the car.
Well, I mean, he is the chair of two.
I know.
So he's got a lot going on.
We have a lot to talk about. One of these days, he needs to tell me shut the fuck up, and I'll tell him shut the fuck up, and we'll just rock out to some Clutch on the way to the next. He likes Clutch.
Oh, I mean, Clutch.
Who doesn't like Clutch?
Clutch is all right. I always forget about Clutch. That's like
I do too.
Q106 is doing Seven Dust to Trust or something like that.
I don't mind the Seven
I
Dust.
was like, I forgot about Seven Dust, and then I was like, how much does it cost for them? Probably $40 and a ham sandwich. But
You know, it's funny. Todd and I are the same age, just short of 60, and we do like our metal. We like our old school metal, our Metallicas and Panteras and stuff like that. But by the way, there's a couple of newer bands, not even newer. By the way, Five Finger Death Punch can they've turned into Nickelback.
well, the problem is they literally are Metallica. They have become what Metallica became.
They wish.
No, what I'm saying is listen to newer Metallica, Death Magnetic.
True.
Because Five Finger was pretty decent for a while, and then they became what Metallica became when they cut all their hair off.
Quit doing drugs.
Yeah. Well, did you hear the new song with the baby metal artist, the Korean baby metal artist?
No.
Oh no, you don't know what.
But anyways, there are a couple of what's the gosh darn it had it. There's a couple of new rock songs out that I don't mind. One of them has like a 80s beat to it and a guitar riff. You know, you don't hear guitar riffs anymore.
No, very, very rarely.
Volbeat. Volbeat's got one out.
Volbeat is they're real musicians though too.
They got one out right now that kills it, man.
Yeah,
Makes an old guy like me get all excited.
I've been a big Volbeat fan for a long time.
The Volbeat. Yeah.
Counting all the assholes in the room. I mean, come on, it's a great song.
I know it.
It's great. It's a great concept.
That is awesome.
Great concept.
They got one now. Don't give them an inch.
Yeah.
I think that's that band that does
I
that.
don't know.
But anyways,
It doesn't matter.
I do like my rock for an old dude. Depends on what it is. I don't like screamo.
It's just something.
But I don't mind it loud. But can I understand the lyrics, please? Just a nightmare.
We were talking about him the other day because I was covering this.
I love the Justin, but really?
There was an artist that had a mask that looked like Justin's mask, and I was like, Matt, what was that guy's name that we used to hang out with? He was a musician, he wore the mask. He's like, when did we hang out with Slipknot? I'm like, no, the Slipknot wannabe.
Remember Metal Monday with the Justin Nightmare?
Oh, Justin Nightmare.
That was some good Metal
I
Mondays.
should reach out to him. I haven't heard from him.
By the
in a
way,
while.
one more quick thing. Since we're just talking shit, Roadhouse does a bunch of commercials on WKHM now in the morning for karaoke and come eat and blah blah blah. They're hitting it hard with ads.
Right.
Get this, they have a Tall Boy Tuesday. Kevin, since we've closed McThirsty's, I was like, why doesn't somebody have a Tall Boy Tuesday? That was one of the brighter spots.
Yeah, that was
of McThirsty's.
The only thing you guys held on to the entire time.
That was the greatest special. It put people, not every Tuesday, but most Tuesdays, it put asses in seats. We put all the popular brands. It started with PBR.
Yep. Well, it was PBR and two.
Then we added Bud Light and Budweiser and some Coors Light.
Because we had them all the time, but they were more expensive. But on Tuesday, they were $2.
Yeah, we did Tall Boy Tuesday. We threw them in a bin of ice.
Yep. Right.
And you just served them out. And I kept thinking, well, how come no one else has picked up on Tall Boy Tuesday? Roadhouse. You know who works there?
Ashley?
Christy.
Oh.
She still works
Christy.
there. Christy's worked there for. Don't tell me a little birdie didn't say, hey, McThirsty sucked, but they used to do this thing called Tall Boy Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off here.
I don't know. But I forgot about that connection. Brandy and Christy.
Christy's worked there then. She works there now. She's like, no one's worked at Roadhouse as long as probably Christy, I would think.
I doubt it.
Yeah, she still works there.
Oh, well.
Tall Boy Tuesday. Plug for Roadhouse out on Lansing Ave.
Yeah, they have good food. They have really good food, actually.
Oh, they do.
They used to.
I don't get out there. It's not near the house, you know. I mean, it's just Jackson, but it's north side.
When I worked at One North, I would go there after shift because it was right there.
Sure.
Yeah, other than that.
Tall Boy Tuesday, Roadhouse, out Lansing Ave.
The only downside is you have to pass by all the cops.
You do. They're all right there. Blackman, State Police. They're all there.
The prison. They'll just take you right
now,
to the prison.
if you live north.
Oh, you go to Birdland, you're all right.
Or north of it? Oh, yeah, that's the spot. That's the customer base there.
Yeah.
All those Ripes Junction people and stuff.
Yeah, right. Anyways.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's it. Guys, make sure you like the stream, follow the channel. If you're not already, share it to all your people and friends. We were on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you hit all those likes. So that's all I got. So we're out of here. Peace.
See you.
Come on.
You've been listening to a Grandma's Boy Media Production.
Welcome to the Stick to the Plan podcast. Michigan's elite political podcast is about to begin, live from the birthplace of the Republican Party.